Good evening. I'm Briggs LaSavage.
And I'm Dan Wolf. Thanks for joining us. As students across the Northland return to class this week, some schools are facing budget cuts, especially in Wisconsin.
Northern News Now's Natalie Hepner explains why the state's governor visited a high school in Maple today and the impact his visit had.
What a great day to just come and showcase our school to the governor.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers visited Northwestern High School for the first time Thursday as a part of his statewide back-to-school tour. Superintendent Carl Morin was excited to show the school's pride.
And, you know, seeing what we have here in at the school district of Maple, and a lot of our students who've gone away and became teachers and came back to teach here in this district, or people from Superior that, you know, have been here for teaching here for 20, 30 years because they love the district.
The governor's visit comes at a time when the Maple School District had to cut staff last year due to a $575,000 budget deficit. Evers says he is focused on helping school districts like this one with funding and staffing.
So we're going to do everything we can, but we're not going to be able to replace teachers with widgets, and so it is important that we continue to encourage people, and one of the ways to do that is frankly provide teachers with the respect they deserve.
In addition to offering encouragement, Governor Evers is proposing more than $16 million in state funding to address Wisconsin's teacher shortage. Support Morin is grateful for.
And those conversations are just sitting at the lunch tables, meeting with kids. He's just a great ambassador for students and education here in the state of Wisconsin.
Focusing on the education of students now and in the future.
We want to keep moving forward and keep looking at other possibilities to make this a great place to be. So.
In Maple, Natalie Hepner, Northern News Now.
Governor Evers also talked about investing in child care. He's pushing for more funding for daycare providers to help with staffing and costs.